Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're heading back down to the garden center. They just got a big load of houseplants. We're gonna help display them in the store, and we'll probably end up with a few here at the house. I just checked on everything, all of our seedlings, all of the plants to make sure they didn't need any water this morning from me, and it's fresh out here. Whew. I think we're heading back down into some cold weather. It's been a really fun week. I mean, we just got to spend a day down at the garden center opening up a bunch of boxes, but it's just, I don't know, this time of year when you're prepping for spring and getting everything out, there's an energy about it, and it really is motivating for me. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's head down. I should have warmed up the car before we left. Whew. I called to see if my mom and Monica wanted to run and grab a coffee first. Hello. Oh, a water stick.
I think I'm going to have a wet cappuccino, please. The size and with cinnamon on the top.
I'm going to do a 16-ounce Kona mocha smoothie.
Yep.
And a 12-ounce Americano, please. No cream.
Thank you.
Is that Kona mocha?
Oh, that was fast. Thank you.
All right, we'll be all charged up and ready to roll. Here we go. Okay, here we are, guys. You might remember when we were here doing the store reset. We worked on this front area. I'm so excited to fill up a lot of these pots with plants today. Now they've got all the plants unboxed already. So this is gonna probably turn into more of a houseplant tour because there's just not as much work. They did so much yesterday when the load of plants arrived. They've got them all set on the floor and they're all kind of in groups. So we do get to display them around the store, and I'll capture as much of that as possible, and then we'll do a tour. But you can see starting right here under the wall of pruners, plants, lots and lots of plants. So as they come out of the boxes and off of the racks, we just kind of group them together in like varieties. You can see the water carts out. Dana's been rushing around getting saucers under things, watering things. All along this wall here, ooh, there's some nice figs. I need one of those, I think. There's some really pretty ones. Look at those. Dana's hiding in the Sansevierias. And then in the back room here, oh, there's Mom. Are you picking things out?
Yes.
Have you pulled anything yet?
Not
take
yet,
home?
but I am going to pull a couple of things behind you that I love. I
Me
think
too.
you like those too.
Yes.
And there's lots that I like. I mean, I love the Birkins.
Yeah, Birkin philodendrons.
Yeah.
These look great. Look at
Yeah.
how full they are.
A little bit of hard water on their leaves, but we're using some shine to get that off.
Good, nice.
Yeah.
So basically, like the order of the day is just to groom, kind of like groom, separate, saucer, and place them.
So around in our sunroom area
Let's
right
go
here, this is like the plant heaven.
Yeah.
It loves the light. They love the lighting.
So many new succulents.
Yeah.
And you guys, they just went through and just like cleared out a bunch of stuff. So, I mean, all of these brand new plants. Oh, it's so fresh. I love to see that. Wow. You can see ferns in here. Oh, look at the little sedum. They're so
Aren't
bright
they
and
cute?
happy. Yes, there's even little dwarf mondo grass right there.
Well, and we've got a lot of aloe veras. Did you see that down here, including the one that's the medicinal?
That one.
Yep, that's the medicinal
And
aloe.
then, yeah, black gem aloe, pink blush, what other? Blue fir. Oh, there's more pink blush. There's some down. No, those are Haworthias,
Yeah,
right?
those are Haworthias.
We'll go variety by variety here in the end, but I just
Look
kind
at
of
the
wanted to
fire
show
sticks.
you what things are like the state of affairs. Oh yeah,
Look
fire
at
sticks
those.
have some good color. Nice. Anyway, they go all the way. See them all in their flats. Those all have to be separated. They go all the way back here, down the hallway. Oh my goodness. All around by the pots. All right, so now you know the work that we have ahead of us today. I'm so excited. right, guys, we've got all the plants put out. It was so fun because everything looks so fresh and new when you get some nice fluffy things put out and around. We still haven't put anything up from the other day. All the unboxing, that stuff is still upstairs. Monica's going to be working on that tomorrow, and then all of that stuff will come down here as well. So we're going to start here in the back sunroom portion of the store because there are some customers up front, and I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable with the camera. Monica, doing some price checking on the crotons.
Yes, well, I think I forgot to check certain things off as I went, so now I'm having to see what I forgot.
But they're all nicely displayed now,
That's right.
so it's
Easy to
perfect.
find.
So I guess we'll start right here. We've got some nice looking crotons.
I love crotons.
They are really pretty. I love to use them in fall arrangements a lot.
Oh yeah, that'd be really pretty in the fall.
Yeah.
Or spring.
Or spring arrangement, yes. Absolutely. And Mom had a little bit of a, your face looks good.
Chandelier light bulb swung around and just touched my face, just touched
Like
it
barely.
for like less than a second, and it did that today.
Aw.
While I was hanging the string of pearls.
What we do for this job to display these plants.
Yes, yeah.
It doesn't look, it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks way better than earlier.
I should
Very,
contour this
you
side.
should contour.
Get over there and burn yourself
It's
up.
it was on purpose, intentional.
Intentional.
Okay, in this display, there are some white paw ferns that look so good and healthy. Look at this. I love this type of fern. Monica's kind of unsure. She's like, they're really pretty on the top, but this kind of creeps me out. They do kind of look like spiders that are going to come crawling out of the pots, but they are really fluffy and gorgeous. And we just swung those around the base of this display. Up here on the table, we've got a couple of different things. There's some jade pagoda, sansevierias. Mother-in-law tongue is another name for those. There are some pink arrowhead vine right here. Don't those look nice and healthy? Look at that. There are some calatheas here. Those were already there. These are the red spike dracaenas. We've got a grape ivy there and more of the sansevierias around the bottom. Swinging this direction, you can see the area with kind of the horse theme, and there's some other animal statuary around there. But we tucked in these. These are so cute. The white butterfly arrowhead vine. Don't those just look so full and like so healthy? There were a few palms here already, and then these ficus were here. But these Regina red arrowhead vines are just gorgeous. I actually picked one out. I have it on the back counter. I only ended up with 3 plants from this load, surprisingly, but that one I could not pass up. And then we just tucked in some of the red spikes, some other sansevierias. This is, they just call it an assorted on here. They did come in multiple different varieties, different levels of variegation and colors of variegation. And to the left here, you know, we got to a point in the day where we were kind of running out of shelf space, but things like this, these are gorgeous. These dracaenas, the dragon tree, and they're massive for the size of pot that they're in, which makes them a little bit top heavy to water. So you want to have a good, either a container to sink them down in, like, you know, we could have put a few in these containers, but there's so many of them, or you need to leave them in a flat. So we did that with several things that tend to be a pain to water because they want to topple over. So we put the 11 by 22 seed starting trays underneath all of those flats to catch any water. So it's like a giant saucer underneath them. Right here, there's some Rasta, what is that? Ascananthus. Oh, it's a twisted lipstick plant. Those are kind of cool. I didn't put those out, so I missed seeing those earlier. Under the arbor, we'll go this direction here. String of dolphins hanging from the arbor. Look at those. Isn't that neat? I have one of these at home. Otherwise, I probably would get one. And this is kind of where we left off the store reset project day. We had this fence section in here that was light blue when we brought it in here, and it disappeared into the blue wall behind it. So we decided to go black because it was the color we had the most of, honestly. And it's a nice contrast to this white pottery. It shows the Easter stuff really beautifully. Like, you don't notice the fence section as much as you notice things in front of it, which is kind of the goal. So there are some beautiful Rex begonias down here that have kind of the same pink as some of these eggs right here. Aren't those pretty? And these black cardinal philodendrons. Look at the color of that leaf. Oh my goodness. And they look so great. There's several of them. You can see we've got them kind of tucked all the way around. There's more of the pink arrowhead vine, and there's some other things that were here already. The mini umbrella tree, the Schefflera right there, and there's a fern More of the twisted lipstick plants. There's Roxana arrowhead vine right here. And then in this area we have the candy corn vine, which I just picked one of these up. I had never seen one of them before. And when I was telling my mom about it, she said, oh, I just ordered some of those. It was the first time that I think she's ever ordered them as well. So they must be a thing. Have you ever seen those before?
Oh, are there little blooms?
Yeah, and they kind of look like
corn?
candy corns.
Cute.
Yeah, I thought they were really cute.
Yeah, those are fun.
On the back side of this display, there's some more of the Sansevierias. Those are a lighter color, that silvery green, really pretty. And you can see a bunch of the other, you know, fountains and bird bath containers. A whole bunch of Christmas cactus. Oh my goodness, look at them all lined up there. They're up there in that saucer as well. It was fun just to get a bunch of 4-inch assorted too, you know, some crotons and peperomias and Dieffenbachia right back in there. I can't remember what these are called, and I don't see a tag, but these have been amazing in the Hartley. Growing so beautifully. But look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at all of these gorgeous succulents. Crassula, burrito, burros telsedum, Haworthias, more crassulas right there. That one's called Moneymaker. There's some Senecio down here and some dwarf mondo grass. Up here we've got the black coral Sansevieria, red edge peperomia, and there's some purple queen Setcrecia. Is there a common name here? It's like a purple queen wandering Jew is what it's called. And there's some Jenny peperomia. And then these were already here, the mixed succulent arrangements in the hypertufa containers, which always look so great. There's some really cute peperomia there, tons of hanging plants. I'm getting ahead of myself, but lots of beautiful hanging plants. Little warty gasteria. There's some echeveria right there, more echeveria, more echeveria. Giant blue echeveria there with a couple other random ones. Okay, and so there's more Haworthias, Christmas cactus. There's some strawberry begonias. There's a whole bunch of aloes. So pink blush right here. There's more pink blush. This one's called, this is just the medicinal aloe vera. This one's the white fox. This is a really pretty one. There's black gem. Oops, see if we can get a better view. Blue elf and some larger black gem. There's larger white fox, and then there's some Haworthias. This one's a super fasciata. There's Crassula, the hobbit jade plant, lipstick echeveria, carpet echeveria. Those look kind of similar to me, except for these have a little bit more pink tips that probably develop a little bit brighter when it's cooler out. There's copper tone sedum and then fine gold leaf sedum. Next shelf, we've got the Dracaena compacta and then the whole bunch of peperomias. These two though, this is the Shumi red, and then this one's Nepali Nights. So gorgeous. And some little baby ZZ plants. Before we get too far, there are some creeping figs right here, which I've always loved these. I think they look so delicate. Like they want to be trained rather onto a topiary form. They'd be so pretty. Marble Queen Pothos up here. Wax plants over here. Oh, more grape ivies up there. There are some string of pearls. Looks so good. Get a close up on one of these. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There's some Calicia or turtle vine or Calicia. Not sure how to pronounce that, but these look really good. And more Dieffenbachia, Camille there, right there. There's also some Crassula jade plants and some spider plants down on this shelving unit, and a Mammy Croton. Have a little bit more of a ruffly, kind of curly appearance. There's Pilea, the bronze aluminum plant. Compacta, Dieffenbachia, or Dumcane is the common name. There's the Tropic Marianne, Dieffenbachia, and then there's some Phoetonias. This is the Maxi Pink right here. These were a little bit on the dry side when they arrived, so they are just kind of rebounding from that. And then these are Maxi White. And then there's some Dracaenas down here, the Janet Craig Compacta. Just look at the view from where I'm standing. Isn't it just so beautiful? This rack is just full of a bunch of things. Spider plants, Pileas, ferns. These look awesome. Look at these. Oh my goodness, that's a 4-inch fern. What? That's huge. Kind of need one of those probably. There's some fire sticks down there, Euphorbia, looking beautiful. And then the lemon lime Dracaena, so bright. I love the variegation on that one. More of the Pothos. This is called Hawaiian, and these are in 4-inch containers, so a little bit smaller to start with. The hairy Rhipsalis, hairy stemmed Rhipsalis. You can see the tag here. Look at this plant, it's so cool and weird. This would look really cool in a head planter. Goldfish plant with blooms. Down below, some Burrow's tail sedum. And we just worked in a bunch of things. We did this display earlier on, and it's kind of morphed a little bit. A lot more angels and saints is pretty much what is in this area have arrived. So they've kind of been tucked into the area. So we put some of the pink arrowhead vine here. We tucked in some of the lemon lime dracaenas, and you can kind of just see them dotted throughout this whole area. There's also some dracaenas. I can't remember the variety name on this one. It is white stripe. That one we need to still separate the flat. But a lot of these things, in fact, I'm noticing several holes from where we put plants earlier that are already gone because it's been so busy. So we just thought, well, we'll leave that there and kind of spread them out as we have more room. There's a Monstera, what is this? A Monstera minima right here. They need a pole to climb on. Look at these. They're like going for it right now. Oop, I need to groom that off. And the bicolor dracaenas, this is one of the other flats we left completely alone. Basically, we put a drip tray underneath it and then thought we would separate it as we have more space. These look really cool though. And turning back around toward the solarium portion here, there's more spider plants on the ground, more pink arrowhead vine. These are really cool. These are the calico kitten crassulas. Isn't that pretty? And they've got a little bit of pink in there, which probably is more pronounced maybe if they have more light or if the temperature varies a little bit. That usually brings out color and stuff. Backside of the black fence display, you can see some Dieffenbachias on the ground. Again, we left them in trays because they're so top heavy in those little 4-inch pots. So that'll keep them upright and keep their leaves happy and healthy. More of the philodendrons. Look at that, isn't that huge and gorgeous? Oh my word, we need to groom a little bit. We've got some burgundy rubber plants, which are really big. Look at these, they look great. Then we tucked these in around the base. A bunch of these have already sold. This is a Robusta arrowhead vine. They just look so good. I gotta like rearrange here a little bit, fluff things. The ferns were already here. Oh, but let me turn to my left here, slowly. And you can see this plant rack has a whole bunch of stuff. So there's the Hindu rope Hoyas up on top, and then Peperomia Hope. I do not have one of these at home, so I actually picked one of these out too. They look really, really good. And then there's baby sunrose. This is an Aptenia right here. Really pretty. They feel kind of delicate, really soft. I like the variegation. There's some, are these Marantas? Is that right? Yeah, Maranta red right there. I don't have the best luck with these. I wish I knew the secret on those. Dracaenas down below, great big healthy looking ones. And then there's more of the calico kitten crassulas down here, which there was 5 and now there's only 3. And more Dracaenas, just smaller. These are the magenta Dracaena around the gnomes. Nothing back in here because there's no natural light. I mean, there's some Sansevierias. Those are pretty good for a low light situation, but we try to not put plants back here if at all possible. We focus as much as we can up in this area. It does get pretty darn full. The last spot I wanted to show you back here is this little shelving area. It was full of like boot scrapers and shoe cleaners, and we put a couple of flats of these, what are these, pothos? Yeah, more marble queen here, and we just kind of tucked them around. Like there's one there, there's a few in the pots there, and I think it kind of brought some life to this little section. Okay, we're gonna cruise to the front part of the store here, starting with this side area, which also doesn't receive a whole bunch of natural light. So you can see that we just put a light amount of plants in here, and then as space opens up, these things can be moved out, but I really like the combination of color over here. These Birkin philodendrons have such a soft kind of glow with the type of variegation that they have down here that they look really pretty with that soft green and soft blue. Up above, we have this is it Thai or tea plant, Thai plant compacta. It's a type of Cordylan fruticosa compacta. They're really interesting looking. They kind of have rosettes on the top. Look at this. They need to be shined a little bit. This is what hard water does to plants right here. But right behind me in front of the purple wall, there's another variety of the same type of plant called Cameroon. And I love the bright chartreuse variegation. And these look, I don't know, the lighter colored, don't show hard water damage quite as bad, but they look like heads of lettuce or just rosettes. They're just really neat looking. My goodness, look at that pink variegation coming out. All right, guys, we were able to amp these displays up with quite a number of plants. It was so much fun. Look at this is a ruby, right? Yeah, ruby rubber plant. I always have to double check. Look at the variegation. Oh, it's so pretty with the pink and cream and green, and the red spikes look awesome. Look at those. They just bring such a beautiful vertical accent, kind of a dramatic looking accent there. Spider plants here. There's some more of the dracaenas. These are the white stripe. There's some piggyback plants, which I haven't seen these in a while. We used to get these in all the time, but you know, you can see like this leaf here, and then the next leaf comes out like right in the center. And so they kind of just look like they're piggybacking on top of one another. There's a really interesting kind of fuzzy plant. I used the Dieffenbachias in this display because they were so vibrant. This variety is Camille. And then the plant right above it is really nice looking. The tag does not look like the plant though. Emerald green Hamalamina. Hamalamina? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of the same shaped leaf there, but the variegation is just doesn't exist on this leaf here. I really like them though. I think they're just such a fresh, perfect looking plant. This rubber plant and this Schefflera were already here, as well as the Dracaena and the rubber plant over there. I should probably tell Dana I popped one way up here. Sometimes you kind of, you know, look down so much at what you need to water and what you need to care for that you forget to look up, especially in displays like this. And before I leave this front area, right up by the front door, there's some variegated string of pearls. Aren't those gorgeous? That was the third plant that I picked out. I was actually here yesterday afternoon when they were unpacking all the boxes, and I grabbed that right away. Okay, and the Felco display. Full of plants now, so much better. So some Dracaenas down here. This one's got really fun variegation, kind of speckly. Compacta is what that one's called. And then we've got some big white stripe Dracaenas. Great big ones, wow. More compactas on this side. I think that white pop with the red pots looks really fun. There are some figs too, and these look really nice. Schefflera was here already, but it just felt so fun to fluff this display up. The back side of the white and green display has a bunch of Sansevierias there, all the way up, tucked in around the birch branches. Okay, the last area we need to take a look at is right over here, the side room. The other side room. These are called Torbe Dazzler. Right there, there's a whole bunch of African violets on that tiered stand. I kind of want something like this for the center of the Hartley. I think that would be so perfect. And it looks like one of the pink cordylans already sold right from this spot right here, which that's exciting. Let me fluff these out just a little bit. Full again. That looks really pretty to have the arrowhead vines with those pink cordylans. They're such a good contrast to one another. And then we added a few things over here, not a tremendous amount because this area we need to keep more clear. This one connects to the garden, the nursery part, the outside part. So carts need to come in here. In fact, these Tradescantias along the ground here are going to probably have to scoot in further once that starts, but they'll probably be gone by that time, I'm guessing. And then over here, you know, we're moving in more bagged items, so I wanted to keep it fairly clear so they could shift this stuff up if needed. But there's some more Dracaenas there. There's some Calatheas right here. Those look really good. Some variegated rubber plants. This one was here. These just came in. Look at this. Look how bright that is. And then on the other side, some more of the figs made it over here, as well as some of the Dracaenas. I think this whole tray was here before. Some more of the green stripe Dracaenas is what they call this one. They've got some white in there, but also that chartreusey green. So that is what made it to this side over here. And these are 2 out of the 3 plants I picked up out of this load. So the variegated string of pearls is already at home, took it home last night. We've got the Hope Peperomia here. It just has a really pretty soft sagey green color. The leaves are super thick and like tough. Hopefully it's a tough plant. And then one of the Regina Red arrowhead vines, because these look exceptional. They're really, really nice and healthy. Beautiful coloring. And you guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of these fresh new houseplants. It's been a wonderful day. It's always fun to be down here doing something a little bit different. Being in among all these plants, especially in the middle of winter, is just amazing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.